Yo, what's up, guys? Here's your Dome Marathon back again, and today I would like to talk about a new special topic about this bitch right here, carnitine. Excuse me, creatine. Creatine. I want to finally test creatine myself after being skeptical for decades. I would like to test it now, and I want to find out whether it's good for runners or not. Before I get into this, I would like to show you the supplements I do take and which do have a certain effect, which are quite necessary, and which are, well, they have to be taken, else you'll experience some problems. So, first of all, I started 2013 with magnesium, calcium. That is very necessary for your bones and all that stuff and muscles. Here's A to Z, a depot of all the range of vitamins which might be necessary: zinc, vitamin C, biotin, B12, whatever. But the thing is, the amount in which it is right here is very minimal, so it will hardly contribute to your body as a supplement. I would rather say this is just to have a healthy diet and not to improve my performance. Magnesium also is not improving my performance, just maintaining a healthy uh, muscle development. So the other thing which I've discovered later, the A to Z depot was around 2016-17, and this one, this protein powder with amino acids, has been discovered by myself in 2019 only. But the thing is, this also works just a little bit like a placebo because the amount I am taking is very minimal. It is recommended to take 50 grams per day, and I'm only taking 12.5. 12.5. And even though at 50 grams per day you are only intaking very little magnesium, calcium, and all the necessary vitamins, as well as the amino acids are very little in amount in this powder here. So it is, however, a supplement for a healthy diet. Then I have started to take L-carnitine in 2020. This was with the intention to improve my metabolism and to have some slight increase of muscle growth. In certain doses and amounts it is legal, but if you are getting injections with a certain amount of doses of L-carnitine, it is banned by the AAF, former AAF, and is no longer considered legal. But in this amount, which I am taking 1 tablet per day, it is more than legal, and the effect is most certain also close to zero, but it is contributing to a good metabolism and the muscle growth. Maybe it also helps with the tissue. And now let's get back to creatine and a story behind this stuff, which looks like cocaine. It has first been introduced to me in 1994 when I was 14 years old, and at that time I was stupider than shit, and I have, of course, absolutely but rightfully ignored this thing. It was introduced by me by a manager, and he recommended this stuff to all our athletes. And now 27 years later, and 41 years around after it has been introduced to the market, I have finally did my research and try to discover whether this stuff is good or not, whether it's safe or not, whether it's studied enough or not. And I have now found out that there are a lot of rumors about side effects about creatine, and the thing is simple. I don't want to get into any details because all of the YouTubers are using all those terms and all those details and all the stuff, but in fact they're just repeating themselves. So I'm just willing to say that this stuff has been studied thoroughly, and if you are taking a certain dose more than necessary, you are most certainly having side effects, and which in the worst case might lead to death, which is also possible. There have been 20 deaths recorded in the history of this substance. So, well, the thing is that you have to be cautious because in a amount as studied beyond 5 grams per day, it might cause some trouble. But there are also other aspects which have to be considered when taking this substance. It's heart arrhythmia and maybe some other conditions which might not work with this thing. The thing I have learned is that I'm going to have to test it, and that's what I'm doing now since yesterday. I'm going to test it, and if it doesn't work after 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to swipe it off my diet. I'm going to practically throw it away. And I've started yesterday with 4 grams, and I will not do a loading phase of more grams per day. I'm just starting out with around 3 to 5 grams, so let's say 4 grams. And today I took 3 grams. Yesterday I took it in the evening. Today I took it prior to my training, and now I'll always take it in the morning prior to my training because I want to have it in my muscles. And now here's the thing. I have had issues with my heart in the past, and it was quite serious. It was so serious that I had some real pain, chest pain and stuff, and I had a thorough study of my heart, and it has been not detected any problem. There was no heart arrhythmia, no nothing. Everything was okay. So I had the green light by my doctor to continue working hard. But anytime I have did some new exercises and stressing my muscles and those subsequently my heart very hard, it was causing some chest pains and some certain stuff. So yesterday I took that dose. Today I've taken that dose, and in the afternoon I started experiencing some serious chest pains and some serious heart I don't know how to call it, but it was really frightening, and I was thinking to really quit it right away, but I have gave it another thought, and I will just reduce the amount from 5 to 3 grams a day, and because sub 3 grams it has no effect, no real effect. So I will try to maintain an effort and those take enough quantity. So taking 3 grams, but I will divide it maybe 1.5 gram before the training and 1.5 after the training, so there is more time in between for my heart to adapt to it, and those I will maybe still have an effect, because if 3 grams daily are in your body, there has to be an effect. If not, well, then that's it. But if I just have to pray that it won't affect my heart too bad. If this will continue tomorrow and the day after that, the same way it did today, even though I will split the dose, then I will really have to quit this. And I cannot give you a feedback whether it's good for runners or not, because my heart is strange and crazy ever since I was a kid, even though no problem has been detected. But if I manage to see some certain progress and manage to take it up to 3 to 4 weeks, then I will give you a thorough review, and I will seriously tell you whether creatine is good for marathoners or not, because that's my goal. I'm trying to see the long-term effects and revenues of having this stuff implemented into my intervals, into my short explosive VO2 max work, which in the long term automatically has to benefit you in the long run. So this is it for today. Creatine on the menu. Well, pray to God that all goes well, and I will give you a good feedback whether this is any good for runners, because the studies have all in all shown that is not good for runners, and it's good for anyone, but for long distance running it's not recommended. So in my case, I hope it will have some certain effect, because I am close to vegetarian. I hardly do eat meat, maybe 1 or 2 times a week. Well, that's enough, but it's not little, but it's my arginine and glycosine values are quite reduced, and this is what creatine contains, arginine and glycosine, and that's what I'm gonna replenish with this stuff, and hopefully also my muscle and my cell will hopefully recover faster, and those my recovery will be shorter, those they will die off less frequently. So peace out, your dawn marathons. Oh my